In this video, I want to talk about Make DeFi Better, or MDB. I want to go over their Infinity token and the launch that happened today. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Eric here and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a great day and are doing well. If you are following MDB, well, you definitely know that they had their Infinity pre-sale today. They were selling both NFTs and tokens, and this thing just went absolutely crazy. I was actually in a meeting and the pre-sale started at 12 p.m. Eastern time, and it was literally 12:10 when I started to get on the internet to get my allocation, and next thing you know, it was already at 90% filled and all of the NFTs were gone within seconds. So before we get into what Infinity is and exactly how it works inside of the MDB ecosystem, I just want to go through some of the numbers of this pre-sale because we are in a bear market. I mean, everything's down. If you go to coin market cap, you look at your coins and just everything's down. Ethereum is still holding up a bit, but it doesn't matter because yesterday was probably the worst day in the market since June. But going back to the pre-sale, they had an allocation of $1.5 million that they wanted to raise, and within the first 30 minutes about 90 to 95% of that was filled, which is absolutely insane. And they also had these NFTs that were going for sale. These were going for $1,000 each, and there's only 300 of them, and they went within seconds. I think it wasn't even a minute, and they were all sold out, which is absolutely crazy. And as we can see now, the floor price is about 10 BNB, and if we take a look at the price of BNB, it's $277. So for one NFT, we're looking at around $2,800. So already a 3x almost on these NFTs, and these NFTs basically allow you to get some passive income in their MDB token. Now that we've taken a look at some of these pre-sale stats, let's go into define what is Infinity and how people can make money with this token as well as this NFT. So the first thing we need to understand is that Infinity is a hyper deflationary token. So that means that they're actually going to be burning Infinity. It has low taxes and it is backed by the Infinity Fund. And that fund is actually a ratio of 20-1 versus the liquidity pool at launch. So yeah, a lot of information here. Let's break it down section by section. Deflationary token, we went through it. It means that they're going to be burning the Infinity token. Now, of course, if they're burning the token, it means they're reducing the supply and they're also trying to increase the price because that's just pure economics. Now, with the low taxes, what that means is that it is going to be easier for people to come in and out of Infinity because you're not going to have a crazy 20% sale tax. You're not going to have a crazy 20% buy tax. You're going to be able to use most of your funds and actually buy or sell Infinity. Now, the next thing here is the fact that it has a very small liquidity pool at launch. Here we see a 20-1 Infinity Fund versus liquidity pool ratio, which basically means that it is backed 20 times over by this Infinity Fund. But also what that means is that this liquidity pool being so small, it is going to create some very volatile and very key price fluctuations that some people may try to capitalize on in order to make a quick bag. So that is very interesting, and that's kind of one of the things that they are trying to market this as. They are saying it's volatile, it's going to have price fluctuations, but it's also one of these tokens that you can try and day trade if you wish to do so. Now, of course, this is not financial advice and you guys can do whatever you want with your Infinity. But another thing with Infinity is, as we know, it is paired with Phoenix Plus, which will basically accelerate the growth of the Infinity liquidity pool as an appreciating asset 100% backed by BUSD. So they are expecting a growth of Phoenix Plus of at least 15% per month, which is quite interesting here. We're going to have to see how that plays off. But if we go and take a look at Phoenix Plus, this is exactly the token that is paired with Infinity. So you have to take this one into account as well. But this is similar to MDB Plus Plus, although it is a bit more reactive, it is more gamified and higher risk. It has also taxed on it, which are 2% in and out, which are basically making sure that Phoenix Plus is always appreciating because they are taking that 2% in and out and making sure that the value of Phoenix Plus continues to go up with those small taxes. Now, Phoenix Plus is also driven by volume, just like MDB Plus. So if it starts to flatten out and the APY doesn't continue to increase because the volume dries up, well, they have something called the Inferno that is basically going to cash everyone out of their Phoenix Plus. Then you're going to be able to buy back immediately, but that just goes to show that it's purely directed by volume. And if volume isn't there, well, then your APY is not going to be as high, and they are going to introduce this Inferno event. So just keep that in mind. That is Phoenix Plus. Definitely learn more about it if you want to on their website. But if we take a look at this APY that it is currently offering, we have 361% since launch, and over the last 7 days it's around 193% versus MDB Plus, which is their other stable backed asset. We're at a much smaller APY, but it also makes sense because we have much more volume coming into Phoenix Plus, and especially because of this Infinity sale, you had to have Phoenix Plus to buy Infinity. So now that we've went through all of that, we've defined Phoenix Plus, we've defined Infinity, let's talk about their growth vortex and all of these different layers as to how it makes Infinity so unique and how people can actually make money using it. So the first thing is their hyper appreciating liquidity pairing with Phoenix Plus. And you may be asking yourself, why is that going to affect Phoenix Plus? Well, remember, to buy Infinity, you actually need to buy Phoenix Plus. And as we just mentioned, Phoenix Plus is driven by volume. So if people want to get into Infinity and reap the benefits of Infinity, they're going to have to go through Phoenix Plus. Obviously, there is that 2% in and out tax. Then that is going to increase the APY of Phoenix Plus. Why, you may ask? Because it's volume driven, and that is also going to drive the price of Infinity because people are going to use Phoenix Plus to go buy Infinity. Now, they are saying that this is going to appreciate the liquidity at a rapid pace, estimated at 500 to 1500% per annum. We're gonna have to see how that goes, but in my opinion, it's a very clever way to promote both Phoenix Plus as well as Infinity. Now, part two, we've already touched base on that. This is a small liquidity to market cap ratio. Small liquidity means higher volatility, means higher chances of people to either make money or lose money, but they also have low taxes at 5% in and out. So that is also a great way that people can actually use most of their funds in order to get in Infinity. Now, their third layer is their Infinity Fund, which is designed to be hugely aggressive, and that is dedicated to reward stakers for staking Infinity, also injecting Infinity liquidity, and also for rapid burns, because as we know, Infinity is a hyper deflationary token, so they are going to be using a portion of the Infinity Fund for burns of Infinity. Now, last but not least, the layer 4 is talking about staking. So you can stake your NFT. You don't have to do anything as long as you own an NFT. You're going to be getting rewards from that NFT, but you can also stake the Infinity token and you're going to be getting an APY on that as well. So if we continue down here and we actually talk about the taxes, as we've already said, it's 5% for literally everything, which makes it easier for people to come in and out. You don't have to pay a 20% tax to buy and then sell. If we quickly talk about supply, there's only 10 million tokens, and 15% of those tokens are actually locked up in Infinity Yacht Club NFTs. And now if we talk about the different strategies, here is where things get interesting. So if you want to have a high risk, high reward, you can go ahead and try to day trade Infinity. I'm not too sure how it's going to work, but that is obviously going to be super volatile as we have a low LP and we also have low taxes. Now, your medium risk, medium reward is basically deciding whether or not you want to split your entire position of Infinity, split half of it into trading, and then split the other half into staking. And if you do stake your Infinity, you are going to get rewarded every 7 days in MDB tokens. As it says here, staking Infinity in Xenia and earn MDB every 7 days. And then it also says entering or leaving the pool incurs a 5% tax. So just be aware of that. And last but not least, your low risk solid returns is you can just have one of those Infinity NFTs, which are basically going for 10 BNB right now. That's going to give you a reward of about 200% APY, because as we remember, they have locked 15% of the supply of Infinity into those NFTs. And also, if you have the Infinity token, well, you could go ahead and stake all of your tokens for those MDB rewards. So basically, Infinity just helps the MDB ecosystem and their native token of MDB, and it's also helping the Phoenix Plus token. So with all of that being said, the official public launch for Infinity is going to be Sunday, September 18th. Be on the lookout for that. They've already raised $1.5 million in pre-sale, which is absolutely crazy. And if we just finish this video off by looking at the price of MDB, which is their native and I guess their first token that they ever launched, we have it at a price of about 1 cent. And we've seen that the bear market for the entire crypto space and even the stock market, it hasn't really affected MDB that much. Right now, we can see it hasn't done much over the last few days. There was a bit of a sell-off, but nothing too crazy in my opinion. So with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Of course, it's not financial advice. If you have any questions, definitely join their Discord, join mine. I'm happy to help you, happy to answer your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace.